Noah, you are all good. You can tell those guys to shut the up.
It happened. You know, I hit my breaking point. Now, down a wedge. And
Down a wedge?
Our buddy decides to get blackout drunk at 8 o'clock in the morning and ruins the entire round.
So if you guys want to call in to the number, leave voicemail, advice, stories, golf, fight, anything like that.
Yeah, and
Literally.
you don't even need to ask us something. If you have advice you want to give,
Yes.
feel free.
What's the phone number?
It is 701-404-7706.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Tyler, I was going to ask you a question, but I'm like, we got to get on here before I ask this one. You said this last week, and you had a planned round, scheduled round. Babysitter canceled on you.
Yes.
It was going to be you and your wife.
Yes.
Now, we've talked before about golfing with the wives, and I think your wife and my wife are very similar in a sense where they just expect to be halfway decent, even though they never play, never practice, never nothing.
So, yes, on a typical year, this year my wife joined Golf League.
Oh,
So she thinks she's fucking good
oh man, is she in for a world of hurt?
because she's shooting in the mid 50s each round and is top 3 in Golf League every week,
Really?
which means that this Golf League she's in sucks bad.
Yes.
Like my sister won it one week with a 52.
I love that though.
And it's an individual golf league, no teams. So you just have to play with somebody else to sign your scorecard. It's a completely individual league.
Sure.
And so and they're finishing top 10s pretty much every week in the 50s.
Dude, I love a golf league like that.
Yeah.
Like it gives every hack a chance.
Yeah.
To like actually win something in the game of golf.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like, they're just like, if you're too good, you're not allowed to be in the league.
They should.
What I don't know what it is. And it sounds like the league is run super well. So I don't mean it's shitty in that regard. I just mean the talent pool is pretty shallow.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're not going to have gals going out there shooting 40s.
Yeah, there will not be a single par. Nobody is shooting par in this league ever.
Sure. I actually really like that for her because it gives the confidence to be like, hey, I can do this, and you're forced to play once a week.
And I like it that it's also teaching her some realism.
Yeah.
In golf.
Yep.
Like, hey, even though you are playing every week, you're still going to hit shitty shots. Like golf, you don't just get good at it from playing once a week.
No, I think I was watching a Grant Horvat video the other day, and someone asked him like how long it took for him. I don't know if it was for him to get to like be a scratch golfer or something. And he said
Saquon.
it was Saquon. He said like 6 or 7 years.
Oh yeah.
Of intensely.
Practicing every day, practicing every day and playing. He didn't say how many times a week he played, but practicing every day for 7 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's legitimately it though.
Even 5 days a week, 7 years. Like we've only been golfing consistently for what, 5?
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5. Yeah.
And we don't practice ever,
dude. like you hit some balls in the simulator, but does that count as practice or is that more like a break during the day?
Well, I mean, to me, okay, practice is when, you look at wrestling practice, basketball practice, baseball practice, there's a schedule. And you do like baseball practice, for instance, you're going to do infield, outfield. You are going to do,
it's structured. It's planned
structured. There's drills involved when I go and hit balls in the simulator as my practice, I'm just hitting balls.
Yeah.
And I'm just feeling shit out.
The intention is to just swing clubs.
Correct.
Not fix X part of game.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, you could say I practice 2 times a week in the simulator. I'm not, that's not actual practice.
Yeah.
That's just,
no, I agree with that.
That's just putting Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids.
That's damage control is what that is.
Very much so. But speaking of practice, I did go and get a lesson last week.
Oh yeah. How'd that go?
Last Thursday.
Are you fucking back?
Dude, am I ever? Am I fucking ever back?
That would be considered practice.
Yes. Yes. Legitimate coach, Lucas from Sweet Shots. He's my guy to get me tuned back up in a sense, get my head right again. So yeah, I went in last Thursday. We got back in the lab. And so what I really wanted to work on was getting the distance back in my clubs, because this entire year I've been losing 20 yards per club distance.
I was blown away by the clubs you were hitting at your birthday party.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? I think it was like number 14.
Like there was one round, one shot where we were pretty close to each other. And I'm not saying I hit a long ball by any means, but you were legitimately hitting your 8-iron and I was hitting my 52.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
And like, that's really, I don't know. Don't feel like it's ever been the case.
No.
It was
it's been the opposite for almost our entire careers.
Yeah. Hole 15 after that long par 5 in the back is like hole 15 is a par 3 or something. 165 yards, a little bit downhill. I'm hitting a 5-iron.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been dealing with. And I mean, the issue has been like a mega flip at the bottom. So I'm essentially like flop shotting every single club in my bag. And so it's spinning like crazy up in the air. If I get any side spin, it does not go well.
Yeah.
So we pretty much just worked on like keeping the hands in front of the ball. And I mean, I was back to hitting my 7-iron like 175.
Nice.
On a good shot, which is where I want to be.
Yeah, perfect.
So we're back, and then
you're definitely not going to lose that in a month.
No, God, no. You kidding me? If I do, I'll just go. I'll fucking be right back at Sweet Shots. And then this last weekend, I didn't play any golf at all, but I did go to the range out at the lake, and I hit 2 full buckets. But a lot of them were like just half swings, just working on good ball contact, hands in front of the ball. And by the end of it, I don't know. A lot of times I don't go to the range, or I don't leave the range feeling good. But this time I actually left the range feeling halfway decent.
Because you didn't have a round looming after.
Because I didn't have a round looming after. So yeah, that's currently where I'm at. I got down to a point where I'm like, okay, well, I need a lesson, because again, Band-Aids on top of Band-Aids, 10x over again.
Yep.
And now we're back. So I'll play this weekend and it'll go to shit, and then I'll be right back at it.
Yep, that's how it goes.
I feel like being a golf coach has got to be, I mean, your returning customer rate has got to be through the roof.
Yeah, it's weird because like in a coaching scenario, your mark of success is your player not needing to return, right?
Exactly.
Like you've completely fixed them, but the mark of a good player is always wanting to improve.
Yes.
So continually returning to your coach.
Well, and
so it's a weird catch-22.
Yeah. And I think also when you're working with a coach, you're getting an hour lesson. By the end of it, or even like to begin with, right when you're starting something new, you're going to be hitting the ball pretty well. You're going to start feeling good about yourself. Okay, so this coach he's getting me in the right frame of mind. The technique is down. But when you go out on your own and things just go to shit again, you cannot blame the golf coach for that.
No.
So the golf coach is never there to blame. It's essentially just yourself, which is why you then have to go back again.
Well, that's what all the caddies say. I can't swing the club for you.
No, exactly. Exactly. As much as I would wish I could play 2 balls from every shot, it would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I think we talked about doing a video on that, just like solo scrambling.
Just fucking solo scramble. Play the best shot out of each of them. So if you hit a bad shot, the odds of you hitting a good shot are a hell of a lot better. And if you had a good shot, i.e. a tee shot that goes, let's say 270, 275 down the middle, the odds of hitting a bad shot are very good.
Yeah.
I would say anyway.
100% with us. Yeah. I did not golf this weekend. My wife and I tried to. Babysitter canceled night before the round.
She was shit-faced.
No, it's my grandma.
Oh, yeah. Grandma Kathy was probably shit-faced.
Grandma Patty.
Grandma
Patty, she had early church service she forgot about. It's usually later in the day.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So she called me late Friday night. I can't do it. Or Saturday night. She's like, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. I mean, it's fine. Your grandsons are being shitheads anyway. They shouldn't get to have fun tomorrow.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Yes, that. They'll probably be a lot better kids though when you guys are gone.
Probably. That's how it
This
goes.
is how it works.
Yeah.
I'm in that phase right now.
Fuck, they're angels for everybody else, and then you complain about them. They're like, "What are you talking about?
I
Not
know.
this sweet little thing." Yeah, well, that sweet little thing that was super cuddly and respectful to you is a feral rat when he's at home.
Yes, exactly.
No, are you so excited to have children?
No,
You should. I mean, it's,
I will.
Dude, it's
I
awesome.
know
It-
that. I know that. It's everybody always says it's one of
at
the
end of
greatest
day,
things
it's
in the
awesome.
world, but I'm just not ready for that yet. So
Yeah, and you shouldn't. Like, you want to get in the right frame of mind.
for sure.
It doesn't make sense because they're the most annoying and frustrating things in the world, but you'll love them more than anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like when you like my kid, he caught his first fish like 2 weeks ago, and it was the coolest thing ever. But this morning, like he went into our room, which is where our 2-month-old is, and he was messing around, took his pacifier and just like started sucking on my little one's pacifier. And like it was funny right away, but then it's like, okay, well, we gotta go. So I took the pacifier away, and
Meltdown.
yes, things went south
Yep.
very
Yeah.
quick. But hey, welcome to my world on the golf course. Guys, before we get too deep into the podcast, we have to send out the plug for our boy Russell Nicolay with NicolayLaw.com. If you guys are ever injured, if you ever encounter a situation where a loved one's injured or yourself is injured, he's going to be the guy you want to call. NicolayLaw.com, Russell Nicolay. If you haven't seen him on the billboard throughout the entire Midwest, he has, this isn't a dig at all either. He has very little hair to no hair on the top of his head, but on his chin, it's thicker than the Minnesota forest. Big beard, bald guy, sunglasses,
Right behind you.
right behind me. If you haven't seen Russell on the billboard, you should probably put the phone down and stop texting and driving, because that could lead to personal injury, which would then lead you into calling Russell Nicolay.
Or someone calling Russell Nicolay on you, and that's not what you want.
Correct. Because he's a shark.
He's a
He's
shark.
a shark in the courtroom. Award winning in damn near every state in the Midwest. He's going to be the guy you want to call if you guys are ever personally injured, or someone you know or love is personally injured. NicolayLaw.com.
Songs. We skipped songs last week.
We did.
We did.
We did.
We skipped songs last week, and
Yep.
we're no
The
longer
fuck?
doing one at a time. We're doing two at a time, which means we owe you 4 this week.
Oh, we owe 4?
Well,
Yeah, we just talked about it, but I think
So-
you were locked into your phone.
with the current songs that are added in there, like I think Tyler and I both added 4.
Yep.
With the current songs that are in there, we're at like, I think it was like 4 hours and 8 minutes.
4 hours
Fuck
and
yeah.
9 minutes. 1,100 saves on the playlist.
on the
Let's
dot.
go.
Let's see here.
So I'm just gonna rattle mine off. You definitely know my first 2, so I don't even need to play them for you guys. Song 1, Miss Jackson, Outcast.
That's a good one.
Classic.
Another one, because I've heard some reports on my Avril Lavigne pick earlier. Same vein, Since You've Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson.
Good one, Tyler. Actually, though,
Thank you. This one you guys might not know, at least by the name, because I couldn't remember the name of it, and it kept popping up on, you should add this to this playlist. Two Princes by the Spin Doctors. You know it.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
That is an all-time. You know it, but you do not know who it's by
Totally.
or what the song title is.
100.
Yeah, that's
Then the last one is Interstate Love, Stone Temple Pilots. You know this one too.
yep.
Do 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 do.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
round of picks.
Thank you. Thank
you go ahead, Noah. I'm
Little variety there.
I still got to get
Yeah, you're good.
my second 2 in.
Okay, first song. I picked. I think everyone should know it. Closing Time
Yep.
by Semisonic, and
That's a good one.
that can be
It-
maybe you just spin that on like 16, 17, 18, preferably 18.
You play that while you're putting on 18.
Right. Yeah. You're shaking hands on the green, and then you're driving into the
Mhm.
parking lot to put your stuff away.
That would be a fun feature for golf courses to put in their GPS carts.
when
So,
you're
like,
peeling
yeah,
up
so
to the green.
So like it GPS pings that you're close to the 18th green, and it just starts playing Closing Time.
I like that.
until you're
That'd be a fun little
So
touch.
you slice one over that direction, and you got to go find your ball.
Yeah,
It's playing closing time.
yeah,
and
you're on hole 8, but you
Yeah.
shanked one over by the 18th green.
Okay, next song, "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer.
Love
I think
it.
everyone knows that one
I'm
as
a
well.
Say it
Huge-
ain't so.
huge
I wanna
Weezer guy.
go, turn the lights off. Carry. What song is that?
That's not.
That's
I know.
No.
Carry
Say it ain't so.
What song is that?
Turn the lights on. Carry me. Na, 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 na. What is that? Now that I'm... Is it Blink-182?
Yeah.
Okay. But this is
All the small things.
yeah, Weezer. We love Weezer. 3. This is in honor of them coming into town on Friday.
Oh shit, Sam
Move-
Barber.
Move Along by the All American Rejects. I think everyone knows that one as
Yep.
well. Great song. Hit a shitty shot. Move on, man. And then last one. This one you guys probably don't know. It's "Vampire" by Dominic Fike.
Yeah, that's how you put this on. I have no idea.
It's this is more like
Fucking lo-fi hip hop.
yeah, sort of. Just very like, yeah, I don't know. That's sort of generic, but nice little vibe.
I dig it. I think we're 8 for 8 so far, and all the pressure on this week's music live. on
Okay.
Ryan the
Well,
T-shirt
fuck,
guy's
that's
shoulder.
not a very good.
I know his first song, and we're gonna go 9 for 9 with his first
Okay,
song.
so we'll go with that one first. We're going with "Fortunate Son," Creedence Clearwater Revival.
This is a fucking all-time.
Good
first-
morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam. This is all-time driving down the first fairway song.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, how can you not get on board with that song?
It doesn't get better.
My next one is shit.
Nice. Chains,
The
baby.
Chain by Fleetwood Mac.
Great song.
This one was an absolute wild card. I just saw it scrolling through my own personal playlist.
Oh boy.
Playing at the public muni. Save that money.
When the vibes have to be
That-
turned around,
That puts me in my college house.
So yeah.
same.
so hard.
So I
And when you were playing the song, you were in a really good mood, weren't you?
Yep, I
Because
was
you were
in.
drinking,
yes,
going
I was
out.
in my yard, hammered.
Correct. So Save That Money by Lil Dicky and Fetty Wap.
full blown never like I would never play that song by myself, but if I heard it on the golf course just pop up, like
Yeah,
that's like you
It
I
bring
think
me back to a good time.
I think you nailed that
that
one.
is
I like that.
100% a song you never play alone. It is always with a group of people,
yeah,
and you're
for sure.
doing
You're a group of
something.
people,
Yeah.
you're with a group of people. Everyone's
Yep.
going to enjoy it.
if you're
so.
playing a solo round, that you're skipping that song.
Yeah, sorry.
immediately. Okay, and then my last one, as we just talked about,
Great.
All the Small Things, Blink 182.
all the small things. That's
Thank
what-
you.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan.
So
I think that's
yeah,
a good
I mean, we
slate.
could go. You could say I went 4 for 4. You could say I went maybe 3 for 4.
No,
but
I think I like all your picks. The only one I'm half on is Vampire, but just because I don't know it and have never listened
That's
to
fair.
it.
Yeah.
I don't. I've heard of it. I've never listened to it. I
think
willingly.
It's
on
going to
my
be
own.
very, yeah, it's not going to blow your socks off, but like it's very, it'll fill the middle in between the songs that you're like belting out,
Mhm.
you know?
Sure.
So, before we go any further, I want to throw a voicemail on here.
Ooh, early voicemail.
Early voicemail because it pertains to what's going on right now.
I
What's
like
the
it.
phone number?
It is 701-404-7706.
Okay,
Hell yeah,
call in.
Noah.
So if you guys want to call in to the number, leave a voicemail, advice, stories, golf, anything like that.
Yeah, and
Literally any.
you don't even need to ask us something. If you have advice you want to give,
Yes.
feel free. We could use some.
Yes.
It's a- yeah.
And it's not unsolicited because we are soliciting it right now
Yeah,
for you
we-
to give it to us.
We did.
Mhm.
We solicited advice, please.
Yes.
Because we're not on the course swinging right now, so I will take any advice I can get.
Me too.
So this pertains to an episode from I think it was 2 weeks ago. This is Ned from Ontario.
Ned,
Okay. Nedro.
love your declassified school survival guide.
I-
Ned Lasso.
Hey, it's Ned from Ontario, Canada again.
Hey,
This is a
Ned.
super quick one. I was listening to your one of your latest episodes, and then I heard Tyler say that Send the Pain Below by Chevelle does not belong in the golf playlist. Noah, you are all good. Chevelle kicks fucking ass. You can tell those guys to shut the fuck up.
Let's go, dude. You know, Ned. Oh, sorry.
Hey, put it back on. Ned has spoken.
Put it on. I loved it on the 4th last weekend. See ya.
So he said he loved it on the 4th last weekend, and he's from Ontario. Do they celebrate the 4th? And
Do they have the same Independence Day as us?
Well, I think those who are petitioning for Canada to become the 51st state, they did celebrate the 4th of July this year.
interesting, but
No, I have no idea.
I don't know. He smacked it on the 4th. He said it was good.
And Ned wouldn't.
There was-
he wouldn't have even need to said he was from Ontario.
Yeah,
because
it is.
You could hear it.
No, never mind.
I mean, when he said like they
hey-
can shut the fuck up.
Hey boys, it's
Hey
Ned.
boy, yeah, like you're so fucking right about Chevelle. Those other boys can
Dude,
shut the fuck
I
up.
love it.
Their
It's the
Independence Day is the 1st,
Okay,
which would have been on a Wednesday. So they're probably
just celebrating.
on the Friday on the 4th.
Makes
same
sense.
time as
So
us.
can
Okay.
someone tell me what Boxing Day in Canada is?
It's when everyone goes on the golf course and they punch the shit out of each other.
No, but Boxing Day in Canada, look that up, Noah. It's a massive holiday. But I also so Canada's independence was July 1st.
Yep, and they call it Canada
The
Day.
day after Christmas,
Day after Christmas is Boxing Day. And why?
you donate gifts to those in need.
Mm.
Oh, boxing as in like boxing gifts?
It's when you give people that need gifts all the ones you didn't want that you got on the day before.
Fuck it. Checks out.
Checks out, bud.
Yeah, see, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
If you don't
out.
fancy a traditional ponto or a football match, you can join thousands of others and have a wild swim or simply a good long walk.
A swim?
Huh?
I don't know. Ned will let us know
can't
next
be
week. We'll
right.
put Chevelle back on for you,
Yeah.
Ned Stark.
I don't think we even took it off, did we?
I thought we did.
Did
I didn't-
I vote to take it off?
No, I think we decided to let it ride and leave it to the people.
Because I think
There
I said
was-
if we were going to take any songs off, it was going to be my first week's pick.
There was probably like 15 comments on that episode, and I think 3 or 4
No,
were
it's
like
still on.
very much against the song, and then I think there was probably 10 that
Okay.
were saying they were Chevelle fans.
Okay, good V-mail.
Or they said it, yeah. So
Do you guys want to continue the voicemails, or do you want to go into our ranking segment?
Ooh, I like. Let's do the ranking segment. We'll bookend it with the voicemails.
Okay, you want to take a break first, or you want to roll right into rankings?
Let's break it up.
Okay, let's break it up. We're gonna piss real quick, and then we'll fucking be right back with the ranking segment.
Yeah, bud. Okay, there's a lot of shitty things that can happen in golf, but some of them are a lot more embarrassing than the others. So today we are going to create a list and do this or that until we have figured out what is the most embarrassing thing you can do on a golf course. Actually, golfing wise.
Embarrassing golf shot. These
Yeah.
are all golf shot related. Related to golf shots.
Yeah, we're going to determine what is the most embarrassing shot you can hit in golf.
Yes, and when I was coming up with this list earlier, it was so easy. I pretty much just had to think back to like the last couple rounds,
Yeah.
and I was just like, okay, let's start on the tee box, then let's go to the fairway, and then we'll go to the greenside bunker, and then we'll go to the green. And it was fucking easy to come up with all these because I probably hit all of them in the matter of 1 or 2 rounds.
Okay, so then the way this is going to work, Noah's going to read off 2. Ryan and I are going to decide which one is more embarrassing, and whichever one is more embarrassing stays to face the next opponent.
And we might have to campaign for one or the other if the other person's not on board. We have to come to a consensus on each one.
We'll have to agree.
Yes.
okay, we ready?
We're ready.
All right, first matchup. A 50-yard banana slice, OB off the tee, versus leaving a putt 10 feet short.
This one's super easy for me.
I'm probably going to go with. I mean, what's more embarrassing? I'm probably going to go with a 50-yard banana.
No
slice.
way.
Well, dude, here's my reasoning behind it is because you still have an opportunity to make the let's say it's a 20-foot putt. You leave it 10 feet short. You can still make that putt. Where if you're 50 yard banana slice OB, there's a penalty stroke. Who knows what the fuck your next shot's gonna look like,
dude? Leaving your putt 10 feet short is 100%. Okay. Let me rephrase this. Banana slicing your drive is an error that is a centimeter, right? It is a teeny tiny error that anybody could do. Leaving a putt 10 foot short takes a special kind of bad. And you can play a banana slice. You can't play hitting your putt 10 feet short. Especially after golfing some, if I left a putt legitimately 10 feet short and I wasn't putting off the fringe or something, I might walk of shame it back to the cart and take my 8. I hit banana slices all the time, and it's just another fucking day. Banana hooks, really, but
because I also feel like leaving a putt 10 feet short that's a much easier fix going forward than a 50-yard slice off the tee.
I don't know, dude.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you're right. It is probably an easier fix. You just hit it harder, which just makes it even more embarrassing. The fact that a banana slice is harder to fix makes it less embarrassing to me. It's like, this is a real issue. If you're just an idiot if you leave it 10 feet short, which is why I'm more embarrassed by it, because it's something you should never do. Everybody banana slices one time or another.
Because when I always think of it like, what is my walk like back to the cart? Like, how demoralizing is the walk back to the cart after each one of these? And
that's
I feel
a good
like
litmus test.
I feel like it's more demoralizing knowing that your ball is out of bounds and you have to go. Well, number one, you're going to go take a look to see if you can find it, if possible.
No, we're not. We're dropping another one and hitting it.
Yeah, but but we're going to look for the ball and then find 3 others in the meantime.
True. Okay. So if it's like, but if I really know that it's like an OB or if it's water or something, then it's like, I'm just going to hit another one or drop up there.
For sure. So the drive in the cart going towards that shot is usually one of silence, because in the back of your head, you're like, what the fuck am I going to do today playing that type of shot? Because I know it's going to happen again.
I didn't think that we were going to be so split on the first one.
I didn't either.
What
do you think, Noah?
Yeah, you're the deciding vote.
I think leaving a putt 10 feet short. Imagine you're in a scramble and maybe you're leading off to give everybody a read on like, say, a 15, 16 foot putt.
That scenario is much different than just playing your own ball, like with a couple buddies.
Even like same thing though.
I'm going to get more shit for leaving the putt short than I am for slicing it.
Okay. All right. I've said as much as I could to try and sway you guys towards my side, but we'll go with leaving the putt 10 feet short.
If it was 5 feet short, you're 100% right. But 10 feet short is so short.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times I've done that.
Right.
Okay. Leaving a putt 10 feet short or sculling one over the green.
I have to go with sculling.
I agree
on this one.
I agree.
I mean,
I think so too.
It's such a bad look because everybody's there at the green and they're like, okay, maybe he's going to chip it close. And then someone's got to jump over it half the time because you're sculling it at their ankles.
Yeah. Well, and imagine like if there's trees or something behind the hole, you scull one into the trees from, let's say 20 yards out. If you don't have another ball in your pocket, having to walk back to the cart to grab a ball, walk over to where the ball entered the trees, drop one, chip, putt. It's a disaster.
You're spot on. That's the part that makes it the most embarrassing, is being on one side of the green and having to walk across the entire thing just to chip again
while your buddies are on the green waiting for you. And that happened on number 3?
Yep. You got to do the awkward hop over your buddy's line.
Yes.
It's the worst, dude.
Yes.
Okay. How about sculling one over the green versus hitting a bunker shot that rolls back down to you?
I'm still sculling over the green.
Yeah, me too. Because guys like us are not expected to get out of the bunker every single time.
That's exactly my reasoning too. Like if we were better golfers, the sand shot would be more embarrassing.
Agreed.
But like if you did that, I'd been like, that sucks. I would have done the same thing.
Yep.
Okay. Sculling one over the green versus a chunk shot dribbler.
Now, when I put chunk shot dribbler, this could be like, imagine yourself 120 yards out, let's say middle of the fairway, and you absolutely chunk your chip shot.
Okay.
Or you're on a par 3 tee box and you hit it 40. It's a 40-yard chunk shot.
I think I still got to stick with sculling it across the green because the audience watching you walk across the green to go get your ball is worse than just taking 2 steps forward and the only person really seeing is your cart partner.
Yeah, I'll continue to stick with sculling it over the green as well because, I mean, usually a chunk shot still ends up straight in front of you, or let's say 10 yards left or right, give or take.
Because when you dribble one, it's almost funny.
Yeah, it's like it's a quick little like a mini club slam, and then it's like, okay, well, I just hit a good drive. There's no way I can hit this second shot good.
Yeah, like I laugh at myself more if I dribble one because it's like, haha, that was so fucking bad. But if I skull one across the green, I'm not laughing at myself. Yes. I'm like, God damn it.
And like I said, weirdly enough, chunk shots tend to usually go straight for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know the answer for this one, but sculling one over the green versus a classic shank.
If it's your first shank of the day, sculling over the green is more embarrassing. If it's your 8th skull of the day or shank of the day.
Yeah. Being someone who has gone through the shanks, I would still say, okay, that was a much different time. Yes, if it's your 8th time shanking it, okay, that I don't even know if embarrassing is actually a good word for it because there is no other word to describe how you feel. It's just embarrassed that you're that fucking bad. But also shanking a ball, like you are only a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch from hitting a halfway decent shot.
See,
on
that's
the club
how
face.
I feel about the slice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll still go with sculling it over the green.
I think that's going to be tough to beat.
I feel like there are some other good ones in here.
These next, there's 4 left, and I think they all should challenge it pretty well. Okay, sculling it over the green or not getting your tee shot past the women's tee.
I think for the exact same reasoning as the dribbling it in the fairway, I have to stick with sculling it over the green. Because again, it's more funny than it is embarrassing. Because then everyone's like, "Oh, get your dick out, put your pants down." It's like they. It's almost more embarrassing for the guy that says that seriously than the guy that didn't get it past the women's tee. It's like, okay, buddy, you think you came up with that?
Well, and like what's so frustrating about sculling it over the green is you, in a lot of cases, you set yourself up really well.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have had a really good drive, or you might have had a really good second shot to lead yourself up to chipping, and you skull fuck it. And it's like, that's embarrassing to just be like, you're on your game, nothing. And then tee box incidents happen all the time to anybody.
True.
So
I'll go with the skull.
Okay. This one might give it a run for its money here. Okay. Sculling one over the green versus blasting a putt 20 feet past the pin.
These two are definitely in the same vein.
I am for sure 2-putting from 20 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm guaranteed 3-putt at this point.
Dude, I think the blowing it past 20 feet might be worse. Especially
why?
because like when you're chipping, like we've talked about margin of error, right? There's a lot more margin of error when you're chipping. Like sculling, it can happen. Putting it 20 feet past is just a lack of skill. It's just like, who the fuck are you, mongoloid, just crushing it past the pin? Like, the only way this should happen is if, like, the only time this happens where it isn't embarrassing is if the pin is on a slope and you're putting downhill. Like, imagine hitting
But
it
even then-
20 feet past on a flat lie.
See, let's say it's a 10-foot putt. I would like a 10-foot putt downhill and maybe a slider. I would much rather leave one 5 feet short than go 20 feet past.
Totally.
But also, it's like I'm 20 feet past. I'm putting uphill, which is a little bit better.
But 20 feet
But 20,
uphill.
yeah.
That hitting it, it's embarrassing because it's so much harder for you to do. Like you have to fuck up so bad to hit it 20 feet past the hole.
This is a tough one.
I think I'm going putt.
20 feet's a long way too.
It's a really long way.
A lot of times that's off the green.
Yeah.
In the back of my head, I still have the walk back to the cart to get another ball. If there's trees behind the green, if there's, whatever,
Mhm.
OB. But that's not every situation.
And if you like bust it 20 feet past the hole, you still got to do that walk of shame like you would sculling it over the green. You're just not going off the green completely.
Yeah. And you still have to line your
Well-
putt up like you think you know what you're doing after blowing one 20 feet past.
And then playing the back and forth game too, like where you're maybe off to the right of the pin, you smoke it 20 feet past, you got to walk all the way over. And then, like you said, you're probably two putting that. So then you tap it and you're like,
I'm guaranteed
Okay.
two putting that.
at least,
At least
you
two
know,
putting that.
so
Yeah, and if you're bad enough to hit it past 20 feet on your first putt, you're probably three putting it.
Okay.
yeah.
I'll go with it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm necessarily on board with that pick, but I'll go with it.
Down goes sculling one over the green.
It was a good run.
It was
Okay.
a great run.
Blasting a putt 20 feet past the pin or having to yell for a full fairway over.
Wow. And let's add another element into the ladder there, yelling for a fairway over. You have to you're driving up to your ball while like those people are still there. So it's the drive of shame.
Yeah.
It's the hey, sorry about that type of situation.
See, for me specifically, and I'm trying to make my answers based off everybody. For me specifically, I'm not that embarrassed because I have no shame in yelling a four. If anything, I prematurely four on people. I will yell a four even if it's within 50 yards of them, just to be safe because it doesn't embarrass me much. But I think for the average person, and using the fact that people are scared to yell four because it's embarrassing,
Mm-hmm.
using the average person as a reference, I would say four is more embarrassing.
I would too.
Yeah.
Because it's the drive of shame. It is other groups around you looking over after you yell four, being like, "What? Like, oof, that was a heavy four call.
Yeah.
Things are not going well in that guy's camp." I will also go with yelling for a full fairway over.
Okay. We got one more.
Okay, so this is the final matchup.
This is the final matchup. Having to yell for a full fairway over or a punch shot straight into a tree trunk.
Is it not? I just think that's funny.
I do too. Yeah, that's a situation you have to laugh at.
Yeah, because it's like that's like a you can't lose situation because you either hit the tree and it's funny, or you hit a fucking hero shot and get through the trees.
Yeah.
And you don't even need to get through the trees well. If you just get out, everyone's like, nice out, dude. And then if you don't, you just clank it off the tree. We're like, well, what'd you expect? I'm hitting in the woods. I don't think it's a bear. I watched you hit like 5 trees in a row on hole 1, and
Yeah.
I didn't feel bad. Like I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
No, I mean, I was laughing
Right.
after the third one. So yeah, I'll also get on board with slicing a drive, having to yell for a full fairway over.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think the act of yelling for is like whatever to me, but just the drive after.
Well, then you have
hey guys, sorry. Then you're like,
That's
you're
what I
lurking in the rough, waiting for them to hit their drives or get out
Yeah.
of the way. You're just like creeping on them.
Well,
it is uncomfortable.
and now you have they now they know the kind of the skill level of golfer you are. So now you have to follow that up with, you have to try and hit a good shot at this point, because you don't want to look like an even bigger idiot hitting essentially playing the next hole over.
Well, and I know this because I think it about people that hit at us on accident. For the rest of the round, in that group's head, you're the guy that almost hit them.
Oh, for sure.
Like, oh, there's the guy that almost hit us.
For sure.
Head on a swivel, boys. Guy that almost hit us is teeing off right now.
Yep. Okay, so that's the winner. Slicing a drive, a full fairway over and having to yell for.
Yep.
One of the arguably the most embarrassing golf shot.
Okay.
Avoid it if you can.
And I would say, in a close second, we'll take sculling a chip over the green. And then third's got to be leaving a putt
20 feet past.
Yeah, blowing a putt 20 feet past the pin.
I think that's a fine list.
Yeah, that's a pretty good top 3 most embarrassing golf shots.
Agreed.
Okay. Let's hop into some voicemails and we'll wrap things up.
do
We
it.
got any good ones this week?
Yeah, we got.
I mean,
some.
we always have good ones, but any...
It wasn't a very confident. Yeah, I think Noah's talking shit about you callers.
No.
People have
There
started.
was one.
People have started to DM me now. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hell yeah.
People have been leading with that, like a lot of people, and then some people are leading with. Someone led with long-time caller, first-time listener, so that's a new one
Fuck,
too.
It's funny.
Yeah, I just haven't been
good
able to
on
get
you.
through on the line. Voicemail inbox has
He
been
just
full.
found
No,
this
there's-
number randomly and just been calling it without listening to the pod.
We're kind of backlogged now.
Is there a possibility that the inbox can get full?
No,
Okay.
we use one
Nice.
for Bellied Up, and there's thousands.
Nice. Okay.
There was one from a couple weeks ago that we were gonna do, but you had to take off for a shoot, and we kind of teased it a little bit. And there's been a few comments that were like, "Hey, you got to get back to that one." So I do remember this one. This was about this was like the dark or the bad side of golf trips. Sometimes
Okay.
we talked about that a little bit. So
I like it. This guy definitely cheated on his wife in Vegas.
that's up for interpretation.
Oh no, I was being a smartass.
Hey, what's up, Tyler, Ryan, and Noah? This is Tristan from Arizona.
What's up, Tristan?
Just wanted to call and give you guys a quick story about my cart partner from hell the other weekend. Long story short, we went on a little boys trip up to Sedona and Flagstaff, and our Sunday round at Sedona, our buddy decides to get blackout drunk at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Good on him.
And it sure shit, he ends up being my cart partner and ruins the entire round. He was trying to steal the cart, and,
What?
you know, he was just making the whole round an absolute mess and couldn't focus, ruined the round. And, you know, he was just being a shithead, saying he wanted to go home, trying to steal the carts and drive it back to the clubhouse. It was just ridiculous.
Wait.
Hey, love you guys. Love the pod. Keep it up.
What do you mean he was trying to steal the
Well, I think
cart?
like he was trying to like steal the cart from Tristan.
Which is borderline more annoying than trying to genuinely steal the cart.
yeah.
Like, cause he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave you. Like, and you know, maybe you grab your 6-iron and hop out, and you're like, all right, I'll hit one. You go to your ball, come pick me up. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll come pick you up.
This guy blows, dude. Honestly, though, you should have just let him take your cart. You grab your clubs and just get that fucking guy away from you.
That's what I was going to say as well. But the only issue is if your name is on the cart, the cart checkout list.
I haven't had to fill one of those out in a long time.
I haven't
actually.
either. There's one course in town I always at Mapleton. I have to fill it out, but I also haven't either.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is there.
Yeah. But anyway, I would have just let him take it and just disassociated myself completely.
I would have done the same thing. Yeah, letting him take the cart to the clubhouse, one way of getting rid of him, especially if he wants to go home, or making him get his own cart, like going into the clubhouse, paying for another cart, so then you can just go solo. Explaining the situation maybe a little bit to the clubhouse.
Like, hey, my buddy is fucked up. He's going to steal your golf cart. So I took the key. Here you go.
Yes.
Can I have another one, please?
Yeah. That's a tough situation.
That's what you should take the key from the fucking guy and left him.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you should have just drove off without him. Make him fucking walk the course. Tough look, because when you go on a golf trip like that, it sounds like a buddy's trip. It probably doesn't happen too often. If you or your buddies or both have kids, and now you have to just take care of another, say 30-some-year-old kid, that sucks.
I mean, this guy's also clearly your friend, or he wouldn't be on the trip. Maybe a homeboy's going through some shit. You just get him.
That's true. The golf trip's a great place to air out anything negative happening in life.
And so the move next time when he does this, you're in Arizona, you slip your buddy. I know this is drugging people's bad, so for
he's your buddy.
Legal purposes, this is all a joke. You slip homeboy a 20 milligram edible and you put him to bed and let him get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
You get him to chill the fuck out by giving him THC.
Well, and I think you had said that like the next trip. I don't know if there is a next trip
True.
for this guy.
He might have burned the bridges.
Yeah. So hopefully you and your buddies are able to get out on another golf trip within the next 5 years. Seems just to be the trend. He's probably not going to make the list.
No,
probably not.
I think it really, really sucks, because that's obviously, you said it's a Sunday round. That's the end of your trip. That's the last round. That's the end cap. That's probably what you're taking away from the trip.
Yeah.
You're going to remember the most is.
Well, yeah, he's calling in about it. He didn't say anything else about the trip.
So
like, if there was a silver lining, he'd have brought up the silver lining. So this guy kind of, he ruined the golf trip.
Yeah.
And
it sucks that it had to be the last round. Maybe if it was the first round, okay, fine. You have more rounds coming up.
He can earn it back.
Yeah, he can earn it back. He can, understand what he did the next morning, and then go about your trip then. But
dude, and I'm all for drinking on the course and having a good time, maybe having too many beers, but there is a level of too many.
Yeah, get like that at the bar that night.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even have to get like that.
No, you
don't
really,
have to.
You really don't.
But if you're gonna do it in do it at your Airbnb, or wherever the hell you're staying.
Fucking knock him out and just leave him on the 12th fairway.
Yep.
There you go.
He's your buddy. Yeah, he's gonna understand.
Yeah, you're from Arizona. He'll find his way home.
Good one. Thanks, Tristan.
Okay, let's get to another here.
Hey guys, I just wanted to tell you guys that I golfed in a 4-man scramble tournament last Thursday, and it was with my part-time job, and I barely knew the 3 other people I was golfing with. I'm 25 years old, and the next closest guy in age was at least 45. I had no clue what to talk about, so I just drank. Any advice on what I should do if this happens again? Bye.
Okay, my part-time job threw me for a kind of a loop. Because again, I don't know. I feel like part-time job, you should still know the people around there, especially if you let's say you're around there for 20 hours a week. You should still know people around there. But I do understand they might be looking at you like you're just the part-timer.
So he wants to know what to talk to these people about.
Yeah,
like what he should do next time.
They're clearly at least like 20 years older than them. He had no idea what to talk about.
They're 45-year-old golfers. You talk to them about their mediocre athletic careers in high school and college.
100%.
That's it. You just ask them like, so you guys play any other sports back in the day? And then you just let them not shut up the rest of the round.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
When I'm 40,
start talking about women in their mid-20s. I mean that
you guys both like them.
Exactly.
You're in your mid-20s.
Let's say you're 25, you're single. They want to relive their mid-20s. Yeah. They for sure do.
They are living vicariously through you that round. When I'm 40, I'm going to be talking about my sports career as a hell of a lot more than I do now.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. You ask them what their stats were. When you figure out what sports I play, you ask them what their stats were, if they were any good, and then they'll start ripping.
And then you gotta just start putting air in the tires.
Yep.
Just be like, dude, you had a sub-6 ERA your
Fuck
junior
yeah, dude.
year. How are you not All-State with a sub-6 ERA?
See, Ryan's doing it right now.
You know, I would say I am really good at pumping tires, especially if I don't really want to make much conversation. It kind of gets me out of that funk actually by pumping someone's tires. It also gives me a good laugh. So
Yeah.
if you're out golfing, you want to have a good time. Laughing is one thing to contribute to that. Pumping tires in a very sarcastic to where they don't understand the sarcasm, but sarcastic to where it's going to make you laugh internally. The weather, another great icebreaker.
So
Do they like to hunt? Do they like to fish? What courses do they play at most often? Hey, so like, what is Janine at the front desk? What's she actually like? Because I'm only a part-timer, but to me, she seems blank, blank, blank.
Yeah, get some tea.
Get some tea
At
on
work.
Yeah.
Buy them beers one time.
Boom. Done.
boom, done. All right. Next one.
Be such a good guy. They have to offer you a full-time job.
I wonder what this part-time job is. It must be a pretty big company if he doesn't know
Yeah.
at all.
Or
who
it's
he's
a really
playing with.
small company that the part-timers are getting invited to the company scramble.
Very true.
Happened to
It's
me
either-
one time.
Here?
I came and played League with you one time.
Oh, yeah. Because I was going to offer you a job.
A part-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
You were an intern. That's different.
I was.
And I
You are already part-time.
and
as
I
an intern.
invited you specifically to offer you a job.
Mm-hmm.
All business done on the course.
Boom.
Business done. All right. Ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, this is Mark calling from Sioux Falls.
Hey, Mark.
So I just got done playing around, and I did my biggest pet peeve. When I see other people do this, it gives me the ick, and that is slamming clubs.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Nope.
And everyone's a hypocrite. I'm through hole 8, and I had 4 doubles already on the board.
Oof.
And it happened. I hit my breaking point. So now down a wedge, and
Down a wedge?
I just want to call and ask, like, what's kind of your, I guess, biggest pet peeve, like on the course, like, or I guess kind of an ick, that other golfers do that it gives you. As I said, mine's slamming clubs, but everyone's a hypocrite. You guys have a good day. Enjoy the show.
Thanks for calling in, Mark. Sioux Falls, South Dakota,
Hey.
straight about 3.5 hours straight south of us.
Straight shooting.
3 hours maybe.
Interstate
Sort of
on the dot.
Noah's stomping ground a little bit.
Yeah.
It's your
Uh,
state.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's like
That's
3
it.
hours away.
Yeah,
from, yeah,
yeah.
but been there.
so are we talking slamming clubs or breaking
It
clubs?
See, I don't-
sounds like he broke his club because he said he's down a wedge.
Or
Unless he fucking hucked it into the
yeah,
lake.
I don't know.
That's not slamming, that's throwing. So I think he busted his wedge.
First, shout out to, was it Mark? Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to Mark owning up to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like he just
Yeah.
it sounded like he just got done with the round. Maybe. Either way, he called in pretty level headed and was just like, it happened.
Well, 'cause
I
I-
thought that was great.
I think he realized it immediately was filled with shame.
I think it's a classic example of like, it's not that deep on the course because he was all like,
It was hole 8 too.
yeah.
And I mean, he had 4 doubles on
Yeah.
the scorecard already. So every other hole he's in for double.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna make a guy feel good. Now, club slamming and breaking a wedge. Now you have to go buy another wedge.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's bad.
And I mean, we talk about like the most embarrassing golf shots. Like one of the more embarrassing things to do on the golf course, and he admits it. He's a hypocrite. Is a big pet peeve of his is club slamming. Like you can't like gracefully walk away from a club slam.
Mm-mm.
You can't.
I'm not a hypocrite in this regard, but one of the things that makes me the most uncomfortable is when old dudes hit on the bev cart girl. Like not jokingly hit on them. Like legitimately say creepy shit.
Yeah. And
And
they've been like married for like 35 years.
And I've only seen it a handful of times in my life, and every time I'm just like, oh my God. This is fucked, dude.
I am so uncomfortable right now. The hair on my arms is standing up.
Yeah. It's not good. It's like, you poor girl, drive away, go.
Yeah. You like want to apologize to her
For them.
for the guy.
Yeah. And even though you don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that at a scramble 2 years ago. I was playing in a high school football charity scramble,
Mhm.
and these old guys were just saying nasty shit to the bev car driver.
Oof, tough.
Like, how much of a tip gets me a look?
Oh,
Like shit like
man.
that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like, what are you fucking doing, dude?
Yikes.
But that's pretty rare. Like, Grandpa Dave will make jokes to him, but he's not like flirting with him,
Yeah.
you know?
You can tell where the intention is in that.
100%.
With tone and like the how lighthearted the jokes are.
Mhm.
Well, and
And-
Dave is like he's more so. I think he more so does it to like get them to laugh.
Yep.
He's just trying to
Yep.
make them laugh.
Yep.
Now, Mark's question to us was like, what are some of our big pet peeves or just biggest pet peeve on the golf course? And I would say, I'm trying to think. I mean, the club slam, you took that one from us. I would say one of my biggest pet peeves is when the group in front of you finishes the hole and they continue to sit in their cart and like
Oh my
write scores down
God, dude.
right next to the green.
That is one that I am a little bit hypocritical on. I'll catch myself doing it. Be like,
Yes.
oh, fuck, I need to drive up.
I've done it multiple times,
Yep.
but I usually try and I'll just write scores in at the next tee box or
Which is
like
what you're
on the
supposed to
drive.
do.
Exactly.
Yep, you're supposed to go write them on and the following tee box, not at the green you're
Yes.
on. But I've caught myself many times starting to write down scores like, shit, I better get
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Because I also hate that, especially when you got a group behind you in the fairway trying to hit the green.
Waiting to hit their shots.
Yep, and you're just sitting there. It's like, what are you doing, dude?
And I wish I could just hit with carts sitting, even 20 yards off the tee box, but
They're not
I
safe.
No, I don't trust myself in that
Yeah.
situation.
Another one that I'm a little bit hypocritical on, and I've talked about it on the podcast a million times. I fucking hate when people give me advice mid-round, but I've caught myself doing it, especially if somebody's playing really bad, being like, hey, why don't you try this? Just do that. How about this? And
When you can clearly see them struggling.
yeah, and I don't ever do it on one bad shot.
Yeah.
But like if someone is really down in the dumps, I'll maybe make a suggestion. But even I've had people ask me, like, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, you're asking the wrong guy, buddy. I can't help you. I gave my buddy at that scramble last week advice on chipping, because the only piece of advice I've ever liked chipping is that your club swing should feel like you're throwing a beanbag. Just like the smoothness and the follow through of it. And I use that and it helped me a lot. I liked it a lot. So
Yeah.
I did give that advice, but I hate when people do that to me. So I am a hypocrite in that regard.
I also hate my buddy Adam did this.
You're just going to
about a-
stop there. I
No.
also hate my buddy Adam.
No, he did this to me about a month ago. I was trying to I was chipping with a 4-iron out of the trees, classic. And I like
As one does.
I totally like decelerated on my downswing and fucking just absolutely chunked it. And he goes, yeah, you really decelerated on that one. It's like,
Did
I know.
Yeah.
I know what I did wrong there. So like when someone tells you something that you already know, oh God, did that fucking get under my skin?
Well, that's the thing. That's not constructive criticism. That's just criticism.
yeah.
At that point, it's just like, hey,
Oh,
this is what you did
thanks.
wrong.
Thanks for telling me I
welcome.
decelerated.
Yeah.
Anything on how I should maybe fix that? How about I accelerate next time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an easy fix.
Thanks, man.
So yeah,
I would say
sorry to hear about your wedge, Mark.
I would say one of my biggest pet peeves is that's the thing is like I'm a hypocrite because this happens to me sometimes too. It's when you hit a drive and you might lose it right away because you don't have a perfect vision standing behind the ball. You swing, you hit, and you're like, oh, where'd that go? And everyone says, I don't know, I wasn't watching.
Especially if you're in a group of 4 and
Mhm.
all 3 of them aren't watching. It's like, what are you asshats doing back there?
Dude,
We're supposed to be helping each other out.
And then cart partner will drive to their ball, and then you'll be like, hey, where's mine? I don't know, I wasn't watching.
Yeah.
And they're just so concerned about only their ball, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll just drop.
Yeah, that one doesn't make me as much mad as extremely annoyed.
Yeah.
Didn't I have the same take like 3 years ago? And
Probably.
I think I actually think you you kind of roasted me for being like, why, you can't tell me that you're watching everyone else's balls. Like, yeah, I usually am. This is
Maybe.
years ago.
I may have flip flopped on this.
We might have to run the tape back.
Someone will look it up for us.
But
I do agree with like, not all 3 guys need to be watching every shot, but if all 3 of them miss it, it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, that is a tough. That also bugs the shit out of me. I don't know, because I also like if I'm there to golf, even if I'm with my buddies having a good time. If I'm there to golf, I'm gonna, you're watching balls, you're seeing it down, you're picking a point as to where you need to go in at, whatever. And when other people don't reciprocate that, it gets frustrating.
I also think I'm very good at making sure I am one of the guys watching.
Yeah.
The only time I miss it is I might miss the first guy because I'm fucking around in the car. I'm never the first one to leave the tee box. I might be the last one up there.
Sure.
But I'm never the first one to leave it. I'll stick around until everybody's done.
Yep.
Because I just feel bad.
Yeah.
Especially if there's 4 guys and like the first 3 and they all just fuck off and leave the
or
last
like
guy alone.
Finishing up on the green, like you just leave the last guy to make his 5-foot putt.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Okay. We got any more?
I mean, do you guys want to do one more?
Let's do one more quick one.
Yeah, this one is more of this isn't advice or anything. This is just kind of it's a cool little thing. So we'll do that one to end it.
Hey fellas, Dustin here from Cincinnati, Ohio. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
It does.
I got a couple things for you today. The first thing is I found out today that I get to be a dad.
Dude, fuck yeah,
our
dude.
First baby boy in January of 2026.
Let's
Super
fucking
excited for that.
go.
Congrats on the sex.
Confirmed sex haver.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
One
Welcome
timer.
to the club.
Baby boy January. Let's fucking go, dude.
To celebrate, the wife and I went and played 18 holes at a local course, and there's a hole on this course that is a true island green. It's like the only one in southwestern Ohio. You just take a little bridge to get across to it.
Sick.
Usually I lose 2 or 3 balls into the water on this hole, but today I had a few bush lights in me, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this Callaway practice ball and just hit a 9-iron, hope for the best. And I hit the best 9-iron in my life. Flushed it perfect, landed straight on the green, ended up 2-putting for par.
God.
Still one of the best holes I had that day. So my question to you is you just smoked that practice ball, and you did good with it. You gonna keep using it the rest of the round? I used it a couple holes later, piped it into the water, but it's still a good round. Shot like a 96. But thanks, boys. We'll see you.
I thought he was going to say he hit a hole in one with
Me
a
too.
practice ball.
After finding out they were having a baby boy. First off, again, congrats on the little boy. You're gonna love it.
Yep.
Good that you and your wife got out to celebrate, especially on the golf course.
Golf as much as you possibly can because you'll never be able to get out together ever again in your whole lives.
Yep. To answer your question, I'm absolutely using that practice ball until I lose it because
100%.
That's no skin off my back. It's a practice ball. You probably found it, and you either found it on the range or you just had it in the bottom of your bag. If you're playing well with that thing, that's any ball, but let alone a practice ball. I'm using that fucker until it's gone.
100%. I don't think there's a lot of golf podcasts out there with the same opinion on equipment as us, where like we don't give a shit what we're using. If it works, it works.
Yeah, as long as it's not a top flight.
Like even if I am down to just top flights and I hit one and I'm playing that top flight well, I'm still going to keep hitting it.
For sure.
I'm just not going to pull it out of my bag first.
For sure.
But it doesn't matter if I'm hitting a no brand ball that picked up that was cracked by a mower. If I'm playing the thing well, I'm hitting it.
Yeah.
There's regardless of brand, quality, whatever. If it's going, it's going.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say every golf ball is white. It's a white golf. Let's say it's a white golf ball with dimples. The lettering on it doesn't matter if you're playing well.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm just a firm believer in play your game, whatever that may be.
Yeah. Equipment, swing, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Like I just explained that to my dad this last weekend. He was hitting his he was just basically chipping his 3-wood on par 3s, and he played his best round he's ever played.
Yeah. Fuck it.
And I told him, yeah, take, so it's like with this ball, like step off the pedestal. It doesn't have to be a Pro V1. If you're hitting it well, roll with it.
Yeah,
baby.
for a summer and a half, I used half a backswing because it worked. It went straight.
Whatever works.
Yep.
Play your game.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for the calls, the voicemails. Noah gave you the number 701-404-7706.
Nailed it.
Oh God.
Nice, guys.
Go. Call in, leave us a voicemail, advice, anything you want, pretty much. That's all we got for you this week.
Mhm.
We got the Scottish Open coming up this week.
We do.
And then next week we got the Open, which I won't be up in the middle of the night for, but catch it in the early morning.
Mm-hmm.
See y'all next week.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Hell, that's a breakfast ball.